Randy, thank you so much for coming. Much appreciated.
What's up?
What's going on?
How you guys doing?
So Randy, you do the drone festival here in New York City.
Yes, I started the New York City Drone Film Festival, which was the first festival exclusively dedicated to drone films. I used to shoot a ton, and a couple of my videos went viral, and there was no place for me to submit my videos to, so I just started one, and now there really is still no other place for me to submit my films to.
So these are films completely made out of shots using drones.
You know, they're not completely. The rule is 50% or more.
Okay.
Because, you know, I want to give people the opportunity to tell stories in other ways also, and completely with a drone would kind of just take away a lot of possibilities.
Okay. What is the prize? What do they get if they win the drone festival?
Oh man, we got lots of prizes. So we give away tons of drones, big drones, small drones. This year, our presenting sponsor was GE, and we met up with their engineers and we designed this drone from scratch that was huge. 8 propellers, monster, just carries huge cameras. So that was for the grand prize winner. We gave away a bunch of DJI Inspires, which are just dope cameras. A bunch of these Phantoms, the newer versions.
Right.
You know, our sponsors are really awesome. So I mean, from things like this, you know, a bunch of different drones of all sizes and various other things that people in the drone community would want, you know?
Right. Okay, so we're here in New York, right? So now you have to register in New York City. I believe you have to register if you're going to fly a drone. If they're not into going down and registering, how do they get around that?
It depends on the weight restriction. So I think it's 2.5 pounds. So if it's 2.5 pounds or less, you can fly it however you want. Look, that being said, just fly smart, be smart. You know, it's like if you're flying around with a lot of people, it's probably not a good idea. The interesting thing about drones and drone culture right now is actually that drones are, you know, they're a tangent of robotics. You know what I mean? Robotics are like, you know, that just has whatever kind of association it does, you know what I'm saying, with it. But drones are really kind of more of like the punky, you know, kind of like cool cousin, because there's so many awesome things you can do with them.
I was at the Drone Film Festival, and it was, you know, some of the categories that you did were amazing. Some of the cinematography. Are there music videos? I thought there would have been a little bit more in the music video category.
Yeah, well, you know, actually one of the winners of the technical category was a music video. It was shot in France, and they shot it all with one take, which was amazing. It was just a great technical achievement, really skilled pilot. I personally shot, because I have an aerial cinematography company, I personally shot a couple of shots for 50 Cent's last video. Nine shot. Yeah. So there's that one where he's at the window and then it pulls away and you see, you know, where he grew up in the background. And, you know, I mean, I think we're going to start to see drones on more and more productions. And as the restrictions kind of get more loose and people start to understand them better, you're going to see a drone on every shoot here or there for some purpose, you know?
Tell us more about the drone racing. Like, okay, where is that happening? Who are the participants? What are the prizes? Why are they doing this?
I mean, right now there's a race going on in Dubai, and the grand prize is $250,000, the main prize. It's $1 million in prizes total, and it's just crazy. I mean, people from all around the world are in Dubai right now. Dealing with that, and I mean, like, it's got people crazy.
So it's kind of like the early stages of video game contests where, you know, these 12-year-olds were playing all day and their mom was like, you're not going to make any money with that. And then like 5 years later, you know, they're in this contest winning $250,000 to $500,000 and they are making money from
Exactly. It's exactly like esports. You know, I think maybe when I finished the film festival last year and I got into starting to build drone races and stuff like that and started flying, there were like maybe 5,000 people building and flying, and now there's like over 150,000. So it's like, I think people are going to catch on to it way quicker because of the, you know, the path that was beat out by esports, and people all of a sudden are like, holy shit, this is early. We should get in on this. And we're seeing that right now. I mean, over the past year, it's just gone insane.
So let me ask you, holidays are going to come around and technology is always a focal point of, you know, what are families going to get their kids or what are wives going to get their husbands? What drones would you suggest would be the gift?
I mean, look, Phantom is a great drone for somebody that has some money, you know, or has a big present coming their way. You know, this is something called the Inductrix by Blade. Blade makes a lot of great drones for people that are just starting to get into it. So if you've never flown a drone, I wouldn't suggest going to this thing because you're just going to crash it and you'll be out $1,000.
And then you're going to be so upset.
Right. So, I mean, get one of these things. fuck with your cat, you know, mess with your siblings, you know what I mean? Like, you want to just learn how the sticks work, you know what I'm saying? It's like once you get used to how this whole thing flies and you know what the controls are, you know, then you can kind of move over to something. It's better to do your crashing on this than it is on that.
Randy, which is the best drone for photographs? I want to take dronies. Are dronies the new selfies?
Dronies are definitely the new selfies. I have to warn people that, once again, if you don't know how to take the shot, you gotta spend the time on the small ones to learn how to control it. But definitely, I personally think that the best drone is actually the Phantom's older brother. It's called the Inspire 1 Pro. It's about $5,000, which is serious, you know, but it's a serious camera. It shoots serious. It shoots HD, 4K, and they're coming out with one that shoots RAW. For those of you that are camera geeks out there. It's no joke. It's a real professional tool that, you know, I've shot like Law and Order and Elementary and, you know, Amy just won Best Documentary at the Oscars.
Yeah.
I shot a shot for that movie.
Oh, nice.
On this one.
The
This first generation
Phantom
one.
yeah.
So, I mean, you know, look, you know, as the person that started the film festival, I'll say this about drones. They're a tool. You know, it's like, this one's a tool for having fun. These are tools for photography. If you have a great eye, you know what time of day to shoot, you have a great subject, you have a great idea, it's going to be amazing. If you don't, it's going to be crap.
It's an investment from hobby to professional.
Exactly.
What do you think of the Lily?
Everybody was asking me about the Lily. I'm so
Because, I mean, if you don't know, the Lily is the drone that you put a wearable on and you just throw it in the air and it just automatically pops up, follows you. It's purpose, I guess it started out for action sports type thing, like they always show snowboarding or skiing or some type of, definitely you don't have your hands to maneuver at the moment that you're trying to take these video and pictures.
Right. I mean, look, you know, here's the thing with the Lily. They just made a great video. You know, I mean, now all those technologies are possible, and they're becoming more and more possible the more they delay their release and the more they work on their tech. But that video came out like over a year ago, and there's nobody's flown a Lily. Nobody's ever seen it in the wild. No reporter's ever flown it. It was a great video. And look, I've been a director for 10 years, so it's like there's nothing that I can't make look like something else. I can turn a whale into a rapper and a fucking, you know, a computer into a jet plane, you know, with the right motion graphics. So it's like, you know, I don't buy any of that nonsense when you see something on TV or in a YouTube video, because you don't know what's true and what's not, and it's really easy to make things look like something else. That being said, they just closed like $35 million in funding at the last CES. So, is it possible they can turn that into something real? Very possible, especially with that kind of money.
So you heard it here first.
Oh, yo, I got a gift for you guys.
You got something for us?
Yeah. You know, check it. So these are from Blade. These are definitely the little guys that you want to mess with inside. They're called the Horizon Hobby or Blade Pico QX. And they're just like fun little drones. You fly them for like maybe 4 to 10 minutes. Takes like 20 minutes to charge up, and they're just like super fun to like play around with in the house. You know?
Can't wait to get to this.
Enjoy. Yeah, you got it, guys.
Speaking of which, why don't we take some time and go fly the drone around the station?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.